What are some of the other reasons why it's so difficult to change an organization's culture?
Well, for one thing, we are not always good at leaders at communicating the need for change before we make the change. Here is one of the things that I warn my clients about all the time when they're looking at a major change. I will say, how long have you been thinking about this? And it's not unusual for them to say, oh, a year, 10 months, something like that, sometimes even longer. How long did it take you to get comfortable with this idea? Were you comfortable with it the first time you thought of it? Or were you just curious? Were you just saying, oh, that's interesting? How long did it take you to become passionate that this is what you needed to do?
Right.
Now then, you're a good communicator, Mr. Executive, Ms. Executive, but I doubt that you're a good enough communicator that you can move your people in 15 minutes the distance it took you 15 months to move yourself. You follow it?
Yeah.
That's a mistake. We don't allow for the fact that people first have to understand the change.
Right.
And the people who study the change process will tell you that people need to hear the change probably 6 or 7 times in detail before they really begin to get it. And the reason is, you start talking to me about the change, and I listen until you come to a point that I'm going to have to change this if that happens. Now I'm off chasing that rabbit in my mind while you go on with the rest of your rationale. And I don't pick up the rest of the rationale. The next time you go through it, I don't have to worry about this. I've worked out how I'm going to do that. So I can listen a bit further, and then I hit something else. Oh, wait a minute, this is going to take me off here. We've got to hear it several times until we've worked through all of our personal issues that just naturally come up when someone starts talking to us about what's going to happen.
Like resistance or whatever it may be.
And so there's going to be resistance until I understand, okay? So we've got to give the message in a lot of different formats over a period of not a long time, but a rather concentrated period perhaps. Sometimes change is urgent and we've got to concentrate it. But as we do so, we have to be sure that people hear it enough that they have worked through it and they've got a cognitive understanding. Now then, alongside that, we need to assure them as to what won't change. And that's rarely done. Before long, all people are hearing change, 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 and they globalize that and everything is being thrown out. It's just as important to say, we're going to be doing this, but these are the things that are not changing so that there is some stability, so that there is some predictability. You've got to build that in as sort of a base on which you then anchor the change initiatives. Then, once you've done that, you have to realize that people change emotionally much slower than they do cognitively. This was a valuable lesson for me in my early adulthood. I was very active in the civil rights movement as a late teenager in my early 20s. I ran for student body president on a campaign to force the administration to integrate an all-white community college, okay? So I was right there pushing for integration, but came to realize that there were many people in organizations that had long been segregated that were now integrated who had come to realize that segregation was wrong, but they were still emotionally uncomfortable in an integrated setting. And they knew that was wrong, and they were trying to outgrow it, but their emotions had not had time to catch up with their cognitive understanding. That's true in any change process. It's going to have a big impact on people. They will come to understand it long before they will feel comfortable with it. And we've got to continue to nurture the change process through that feeling. And that's where, going back to an earlier part of our conversation, helping people feel safe, informed, respected, valued, and understood is going to be critical because they are now in a setting where they can voice their concerns, they can let their discomfort be known, and they know that they will be heard and that their needs or preferences will be taken into account in whatever decisions are made.